Hi, my name is Cecilia Leishman, and here is my presentation on my final project for the INFOST 682G Digital Library course, taught by Professor Sabar. I created a digital library on the history of the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee at Waukesha campus using the Omeka software. The URL for this digital library is clsampledl.omeka.net. The purpose of this digital library is to document the history of the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee at Waukesha, a two-year college that was located in Waukesha, Wisconsin. I attended college there for 2 years as an undergraduate and worked as a library and archives assistant on the campus from 2017 until 2022. So I have a vested personal interest in this topic. The college was active from the fall of 1966 until the spring of 2025. The college was originally an extension of the University of Wisconsin-Madison until 1972, when all satellites around the state became the UW Centers, a separate institution within the UW system. All UW colleges offer freshman and sophomore courses as well as an associate's degree. So later on in 1972, the university shortens the name to the University of Wisconsin-Waukesha instead of the University of Wisconsin-Waukesha County. In the summer of 2018, the campus became the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee at Waukesha when UW-Waukesha joined with UWM as part of the University of Wisconsin system's reorganization of the two-year campuses. Then, in late 2024, the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee announced that the UWM at Waukesha campus would close. The last classes were held at the campus in the spring of 2025. The campus is set to be demolished and the site redeveloped into housing. Coming into this project, I was aware of a few different repositories that had collections relating to my topic. I was able to pull material from these repositories and collections in order to create my collection. There are 5 main ones I used. Recollection Wisconsin hosts a collection of digitized editions of the Windy Hill Review, which was the University of Wisconsin Milwaukee at Waukesha's student-run literary magazine. I hyperlink to this resource within my digital library. The University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee also has a collection that features images from the first 50 years of the UW-Milwaukee at Waukesha field station. A few of these images are used within my photograph collection. The majority of the photographs I use within the photograph collection are from the University of Wisconsin-Madison History of the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee collection and their University of Wisconsin collection. Within my resources collection, I also utilize materials from local news sources and authors who have written on the history of the University of Wisconsin system as well as the Wisconsin idea. I believe that this digital library is beneficial to a wide audience that includes community members, former faculty and staff of the campus, former students of the campus, and researchers assisted or interested in the subject. As stated before, all the current materials displayed within the digital library were sourced from various other digital collections in local institutions. All copyrighted materials belong to their respective holding institutions. I chose to organize the 20 items within this digital library into 3 different collections. All of these collections are relatively straightforward in nature. Photographs is a collection of images relating to the former UWM at Waukesha campus. Video and audio is a collection of video and audio resources relating to the former UWM at Waukesha campus. And resources is a collection of information resources relating to the former UWM at Waukesha campus. There is also a single exhibit on display within the digital library, which I will go into detail later. Here is a screenshot of what the Browse Collection page looks like within the digital library. As you can see, there are 3 total collections that are available for users to click into, and they can be sorted by title or date ascending or descending. The items that make up these collections vary in format and file type. The photographs collection is made up of still images, so mainly photographs in 35mm slides that have been digitized and are now JPEGs. The video and audio collection is made up of video and audio content from YouTube, which are formatted as MP4 files. The resources collection have the most varied kind of content in order to meet the minimum requirements of this project, including hyperlinks to websites, a PDF document, and a link to an ebook. All these items have a customized Dublin Core metadata schema attached to them, which include the basic metadata for rights, title, subjects, description, date, and more. I used the LC Suggest plugin for the subject metadata and referred to thesaurus online as I needed, like the Art and Architecture Thesaurus online, the Thesaurus for Graphic Materials, indexing genres and formats, as well as the indexing subjects TGM, and then the Getty Thesaurus for geographic names online. Here is the homepage of the history of the UWM at Waukesha digital collection. It contains featured items, recently added items, featured collections, and featured exhibits. The navigation bar on the upper section of the screen features tabs that you can click on to browse items, browse collections, browse exhibits, go to the About page, or go to the Contact page. You can also find the search bar within the top right corner of the main page. The theme used in this design is Seasons by Omeka. I designed the interface and navigation to be very similar to those of other digital libraries. I wanted users to already be familiar with ways of navigation. I used plugins like the Exhibit Builder plugin and the Simple Pages plugin to create more detailed sections within this digital library. Here's a snapshot of the Browse Items page, where visitors to the site can browse all 20 of the currently uploaded items. As you can see on the selection of 3 items, each item has a basic description and image that is displayed. I did also create a rudimentary tagging system that's relatively easy to understand. There are only 11 tags at the moment. I focused more on the metadata of each item instead of the tagging system for searches. The tags are audio, book, canvas closure, class, Corby the Cougar, history, map, mascot, photographs, the Windy Hill Review, and video. This is what the page of an individual item looks like. So the theme's interface design displays all important information within the individual item page. As you can see, a preview image is at the top, along with the title of the item. On the right side of this is a column where you can see the collection it belongs to, the tags that are associated with the item, and a citation for the item. Below the preview image, you can also find the Dublin Core metadata for the item. As mentioned before, I've set up a single exhibit titled Canvas Life that can be found under the Browse Exhibit tab in the main navigation bar. The Canvas Life exhibit utilizes the carousel function within the Exhibit Builder plugin. So a user can easily navigate between all parts of the exhibit by clicking on the tabs at the bottom of the page. This exhibit features images from the photograph collection that depict campus life at UWM at Waukesha. To benefit users, I also created an About page and a Contact page that are both accessible from the main navigation bar, which allows users to locate them quickly. The About page details basic information that users need to know about the digital library, while the Contact page allows users who need help, have comments, questions, or concern to reach out to me via email. In order to evaluate this digital library, I would hold one-on-one usability testing sessions to understand how efficiently users can access, search, and retrieve information from this repository. I'm a big fan of the Think Out Loud protocol method, where I would ask a user to explain their thought process while interacting with the interface. For example, say the goal of a session was for me to understand how a user navigates the site and searches for information. A sample task that can be conducted to figure this out would be to have the user search for items by the same creator and then explain their process back to me as they were doing this. Um, these session times might be shorter than average due to the current size of the collection. I imagine that the feedback on this collection would be relatively minimal, but the feedback and data gathered during these sessions will help me in creating future iterations of this digital library and better understand things from the user's perspective. That's all the slides I have. Thank you for listening. Please let me know if you have any questions.